Hey everyone, today it's another Tuesday Tornado Tips. I'm your host, John Edlin. It is May 19th, and we are going to answer more of your questions. The whole month of May, I've been answering questions about tornadoes based off of my experience of surviving an EF3 tornado back, 6 years ago, March 3rd, 2020. A lot of you have heard the story, and you can go back and look at my YouTube channel or TikToks and Facebook and hear about that story, about what it was like to be inside of an EF3 tornado that hit in the middle of the night. And I don't want that to happen to you guys. I don't want you to have to go through that, but if you do, I want you to be prepared. I want you not to make the same mistakes that I made. So that's why I do these Tuesday tornado tips. That's why I started Edlin Tornado Solutions, is so that no family has to go through what I went through, the unpreparedness of it all, the simple things that I could have done before the tornado hit that would have made so much difference for me and my family. So today we're going to walk through these questions. If you have any questions, we have one more Tuesday Tornado Tips where I'm going to be going through questions. And then the month of June, I'm actually really excited. We're coming up with a whole new format, new studio, and it's going to be awesome. So stay tuned definitely for June, but I got one more of these where I'm going to answer more questions. So you can still send them in, info@tornadosmart.com, info@tornadosmart.com. You can also leave your comments, DM, anything like that. It's actually been really fun. The last Tuesday Tornado Tips, I talked about the importance of having like a light, a lantern, to help kids with storm anxiety. And one of the comments there gave me this new idea that I hadn't even known about, which was a lantern that you can plug into the wall, and then when the lights go off and the electricity goes off, it will automatically turn on in your kid's room. And I just think that's super cool. So I might put a link to that here, just so you guys can have it, because I just think that's awesome. And that's what I love about doing Tuesday Tornado Tips, is hearing from you and hearing your thoughts about what I'm saying and giving new ideas. I'm just on this journey with you, learning as much as possible about tornadoes and storms, because that's what's helped me with my storm anxiety. And that's what I hope will help you as well if you're suffering from storm anxiety, or maybe you just love learning about storms. That's cool too. We're just in this together, walking through. So let's jump into the first question today, which is, how did you know it was time to go in your safe place? Now, you have to remember, for us, this was at 12:55 a.m. And honestly, we didn't really pay attention to like the tornado watch that was in effect or anything like that before we went to bed. We just went to bed. We didn't really think anything of it. And then when that alarm went off on my phone, buzz, buzz, and it said tornado warning, seek shelter immediately, even then, I really wasn't convinced. And so I didn't know to go to my safe spot right then. I should have. And if I could have gone back, that's what we would have done. But I wasted some time, shuffled over, turned on the TV, looked at the news, and then saw that there was an actual tornado on the ground just 10 miles west of me. And so that's when I woke up my wife. Now, we already knew we were going to go to the innermost part of the house since we didn't have a basement, away from outside walls, away from windows, and that was the best place to go. And our hallway actually had doors that all shut, so that was super nice as well. And so when the tornado came directly over us, we were protected from flying debris and all of that. And you can see in the pictures, you know, walls were gone, ceilings gone, all the windows popped. So there was a lot of debris just flying around at 100, some miles per hour, that would have been a huge injury to us if we would have been somewhere else in the house or just laying in bed. So I'm glad we knew where our safe spot was. I'm glad we got there, but we could have gotten there a little bit earlier. And, honestly, like looking back, do I wish I would have had a storm shelter? Yeah, obviously. So that could have been something, or a basement. Now we have a basement. I actually do these from my basement now. So I do love a good basement. But that's where you're going to go. And that's where your safe spot is. And how do you know when it's time to go? You know when it's time to go when you get that buzz on your phone that says tornado warning, seek shelter immediately. And even ideally, if you can, like, know that there's severe weather around, like, and watch YouTube, watch Max Velocity, watch Ryan Hall, watch some of those guys who like will keep an eye on it, and they'll kind of let you know, hey, this is headed your way. And they may be able to give you a warning ahead of that buzz going off on your phone. So that's how you know where to go and when to go to your safe spot. Next question is, what should I have in my safe spot, right? So in your safe spot, everybody's is going to be a little different. Mine's in the hallway, so it's not like we're going to have a ton of stuff just sitting in our hallway just for tornadoes. Uh, if I was living in that same house now, I would put my tornado go bag just hanging inside the hallway. That way, everything's there ready to go. And in my tornado go bag, I'm automatically always going to have the first aid kit in there, a lantern that's ready to go, and this lantern that I put in the Edlin Tornado Go bag that you can buy on my website at www.tornadosmart.com. That lantern actually has a charger where it can charge your phone too, because being able to charge your phone is super important. So you have that. And then you also are going to have like a whistle that you can keep in there just in case the house were to fall and you were to be trapped. You want a good whistle that you can get to easily and some extra gauze pads as well. So that's always in the bag. Then, whenever like that night before I went to bed, and this is what we do, like, if there's a tornado watch now, I will go ahead and put my wallet and keys inside the bag. I will go ahead and put my laptop in the bag because these are things that I wish I would have had. Put my dog's leash in the bag, medication, and anything that you kind of want to just make sure you have so you're not running around trying to figure it out when the tornado warning goes off. That way you're just ready. So you got the tornado watch. Maybe you wake up in the middle of the night, tornado warning goes off, and you're like, okay, cool. I can just focus on getting the kids and my family where they need to go. And I know everything else is packed. I'm not looking for my keys and wallet. I'm not looking for my laptop. So that's what I would have in that safe spot. Now, if you have like in your basement, like we have extra lanterns down here because each kid likes to have a lantern just to feel safe, which is cool. So down in the basement, I have a lot more stuff like extra lanterns, battery packs. I don't think you really need like water and food and everything for a tornado because, Walmart is open just down the road from you if you get hit by a tornado. It's not like a hurricane where it's going to take out everything. So this is just for tornadoes. I'm just saying, don't worry that much about food, water. It's not going to be that long if you were to be hit by a tornado where you can have access to that stuff. You can put your hoodie and shoes, extra shoes. Like I have a hoodie and extra shoes and everything for all of us down in the basement, blankets. Those kinds of things are good to have around. But obviously, if it's in the hallway, maybe you don't. Or maybe in the hallway closet, you have some extra blankets. Blankets are really good because they cover you up. I mean, even though we were in the hallway where we were protected from, all the debris that was coming in, it still kind of shot up underneath the door, and I was glad that I had a hoodie on to keep from getting scratches and that type of thing. So if you have even a blanket that you can put on, that's going to help protect you from maybe some of the debris, like especially insulation, which is just small and just annoying because it really gets everywhere. So that's what I would suggest. I'm only going to answer these two questions today because I like to keep these short and I kind of rambled on at the beginning, but these are the two questions I wanted to knock out. And send me some extra questions at info@tornadosmart.com. I'll cover those next week. And then we'll be done with the frequently asked questions segment of Tuesday Tornado Tips. That was the whole month of May. Go back and watch the other ones if you want. And then get ready for June because it's going to be fun. I'm telling you, I got some special guests. Like, I'm really excited. A new studio. We're not doing it here in my basement, we're doing it in a real studio. That starts in June. You're going to love it and excited for you to continue on this journey with me as we learn more about tornadoes. Let's stay safe this tornado season. Thanks much.